have to just admit this to myself, to the world.
Holy poop, this is hard.
I don't even want to call it running. I was skating. Let's do that, but with a running vest. 200 Canadian dollars. I don't even want to run this race anymore.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Good morning, my beautiful friends. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So grateful that you're here joining me on this vlog. I have mentioned previously that I am running an 18-kilometer, 1,200 meter elevation race. I'm currently in the south of France where we are running the race and we're a few hours away from it. Speaking of which, I need a fueling breakfast for the day, but all the grocery stores here close close super early, so I wasn't able to go last night to grab anything. So let's head this morning. Let's head? Oh no. Let's head there this morning and grab a few things. Race day, funky socks. So on today's grocery list, we have a Cliff Bar, if I can find one, because they're good energy source. Banana, dates for one, the banana right before the race, the dates during the race. Chickpeas, bread, avocado, basil, tomato sauce, all for during the race, obviously. PB and olives, question mark. I really don't need this many dates, but they're the only ones that look good. So I guess I'm buying a whole basil plant today. All right, we're gonna work smarter, not harder here today and buy basil tomato sauce and not a whole basil plant. What? Is another Airbnb, another freaking crappy knife. Add some olive oil, onion, garlic. I love dramaticizing pores. In goes the zucchini, salt, pepper. I feel like I'm gonna have to buy them a new salt and pepper before I leave because I've used a lot of it. Here goes our chickpeas. Woo! Our tomato sauce. A little splash of water. Sriracha. The balsamic vinegar. Spinach. Ooh. Yeah, you wanna see? For very simple reasons, I picked what I picked to eat today. Bread for some carbs, avocado for some healthy fats, chickpeas for some protein, long-lasting energy, and everything else is just kind of, we had it in the house and flavor, and I don't want to eat bland food. When I was Googling what a vegan runner should eat for breakfast before a race, like everything just said oatmeal or nuts, and I'm like, okay, well that's boring for one, and two, oatmeal makes me sleepy. I have to just admit this to myself, to the world. Oatmeal makes me want to have a nap. And it's bland and boring, and it's just really not that great. You guys know those videos where girls show you what's in their purse? They take everything out and, you know, give you the lowdown on all of the things that they use. Let's do that, but with a running vest. So this is the, what running vest is this? The Solomon something. Solomon something. I really like it, actually. It fits me really well. The color's fun and bright. Makes me feel like I'm lightning fast. Okay, so for this race, I'm not doing this up all the way. I normally will have it really cinched when I'm running, but for the sake of this activity, this is perfectly fine. I have a 500 milliliter soft flask water bottle, which I'm only going to carry one water bottle that's full with me. I have another one, same size, but empty in this pocket. In this pocket that doesn't do up, it's just a little side pocket here, I have my energy bar, which I will snack on during the race. And I, as well, will snack on a number of dates throughout the race. There is 8 dates in here. Who knows if I'll eat them all, but calories sake, I'll have them with me. In the back, we've got a pair of gloves, which I think I might actually just put these in the jacket that I'm wearing, but for the sake of this activity, we got gloves. And emergency blanket. I probably won't need this throughout the race, but just in case, it's good to have. And we're trying to order an Uber right now, which is a really difficult task in the middle of freaking nowhere, and taxis just won't go to where we have to go to get to the race. So we're feeling a little bit anxious right now with waiting for this to happen. But this pocket, zip-up pocket, is where my phone is going to go. I really hope I don't press anything by doing this. And then I'm gonna zip it up. And I'm also going to bring my earphones with me. This was a difficult thing for me to decide if I really wanted to bring, because I just see positives and negatives to both sides. But I'm going to go with it because I do feel groovy and movie when I'm listening to music when I'm running. And I feel like I may need a boost of energy throughout this race, and just like some jams, you know, to keep me going, keep me feeling good right before the race. Just going to connect into my phone, shove them in, and leave this box with Scott. All right, guys, well, that's what's in my running vest. After a lot of anxiety and no Ubers going through, we had to call a taxi, and this taxi is going to end up costing us 130 freaking euros, which almost is 200 Canadian dollars to get to this race. I was almost like, I don't even want to run this race anymore, and I'm just gonna go run it on Monday for free. But we ended up getting it, and here we are.
We made it 3 minutes before we were about to start.
My stomach feels like it's gonna fall out of my butthole.
It didn't fall out.
Honestly, I feel like it's just the guy driving, although I really appreciate how fast he was going, it literally made me seasick. I'm like,
Jeff's a race car driver. Go get it.
is he actually?
I don't know.
Because it felt like one.
Bravo, bravo!
Holy poop, this is hard. I'm tired.
You may be thinking, why the hell is she walking during a race? I'm climbing a mountain, so give me some slack. Over 4 kilometers, I'm gaining 1 kilometer of elevation gain, so 1,000 meters of elevation. This is not an easy pursuit for anybody, and even if you are an elite athlete, you most likely will not be running this entire thing. You will be power hiking some of it. I power hiked all of it. This thing is not my strong suit. It's most people's not strong suit, and that's totally okay. It is a hard endeavor to do. But I want to get down and dirty into a little bit more detail of the race. Like I said, it's 18 kilometers long. The first 2.5 kilometers are a steady downhill, which feels really good at the beginning of the race. The next 1.5 kilometers or so is some rolling hills. get your legs warmed up for the climb that you are about to endure. From the 4 kilometer mark to the 7.5 kilometer mark, you are gaining just under 1,000 meters, the last of which is some really rough, scrambly, you're basically rock climbing type of terrain. This was really uncomfortable for most people, which then led to an extremely long line of everyone slowly getting up this portion of the race. I waited 25 minutes to get my hands on the first rock to start this portion, and it was kind of fun to just hang out with everybody at that top, but at the end of the day, I did lose 25 minutes just standing there, not being able to do anything or move past it, which is totally understandable. Most people do not find this type of thing a comfortable, safe thing to do. I personally love this stuff. I was stoked on it. I was so ready to get my hands on these rocks and start this scrambly bit of the race, but I totally understand why some people were so hesitant and moving a lot slower than I would have liked to. So although the climb was difficult for me on this single track dirt path with nowhere to really put your feet or step your feet up, you're just walking up this really steady incline, that was difficult for me. But I absolutely love the technical bits. So that's where I shined during this race. After the extremely scrambly bit that I was just mentioning, I was flying downhill. And the best feeling for a young woman especially, maybe not for everybody, but for me, I loved passing so many men on this technical bit. It was so freaking fun and exciting. And out of the, I think 12 or 15 men that I passed, I only saw one of them again. So I was freaking flying, and I'm so proud of myself for the way that I performed during that bit of the race. After that really rocky, wet, it was so wet and rainy and cold on this day. After that really rocky, low bush, technical portion of the race, we then got into really muddy, like so insanely muddy. If you are someone that has ever done clay, like played with clay, and you make that slip because you want to put a handle on a cup, that's basically what I was running on. Thick, wet, gushy. I don't even want to call it running. I was skating. It was full-blown skating on the side of a mountain in running shoes on mud. So that portion was from the 11 kilometer mark to the 14 kilometer mark. After that, it was a variety of terrain from single track paths to a little bit more mud, a lot more mud, dirt roads, dirt paths, hiking trails, all of the things going in and out of forests, and some road as well. There's a variety of terrain over the last 4 kilometers of the race, some of which was nice downhill, some of which was kind of flat, and the last kilometer or so I'd say was pretty darn flat, which was really difficult after pushing your body for an extended period of time. Running flat is a hard thing to do, but at the end of it, I made it, and I'm so freaking proud of myself for going after this pursuit. The first place woman in my race came in at 2:27:59, and she was 13th overall. So there was 12 men in front of her. She came in 13th place overall, which is so insane and so incredible. I'm so proud of her for that. I have no idea who she is, by the way. I didn't meet her, I'd never talked to her or anything, but just absolutely amazing for the conditions of that day. Nonetheless, she definitely did not wait 25 minutes on that climb because she was 13th place. There was only 12 people in front of her, and she did not have to wait. She was going the entire time, which in and of itself, not having a break, is also really incredible. So the second place and third place women came within 8 minutes of her. Absolutely phenomenal. And my time was 3:30:05. So I came in over an hour after the first place woman, and 15th place in the women's category. I will link the description of the race, the race details, and the results down below for you. You can have a look at them. There's also different races that you can see the results for. I'm so freaking excited to do more races and see how well I can do without these extremely muddy, crazy conditions that I was in, without the snow, without waiting in line 25 minutes. I'm just stoked to run a variety of different races and see how well I can do in different types of terrain and different types of races, more technical bits, less technical bits, and just kind of experiment with my strong suits, which I think are probably the technical bits, as I've mentioned. But yeah, this is like a newfound, really exciting moment of discovery for me, and I'm stoked to bring you along on this journey. But without further ado, let's get back to the video and see me at the end of this crazy race. So the camera died as I was crossing the finish line, of course, but I made it. I did it. There was so much mud after I made it through the top, which is the last clip that you saw. It was just freaking mud for like 3 kilometers. It was so intense. Like,
show us the results of the mud. Show us the back of your legs too. Oh yeah, that's muddy.
For a bit of time, there was like an inch of mud all around my shoe, and like I'm stopping and like shaking it off. But I did it.
You did it.
Do something hard today, guys. It doesn't have to be running a race, but maybe just like cleaning your room or like making a good meal for yourself. Showering if you're really sad and depressed, you know?
That's not hard.
If you're sad and depressed, it is.
Is it?
Yes. The crappy thing about doing a race in France is the fact that my meal consists of tomatoes, because the vegetarian option is just mac and cheese. This is all cheese and butter, and I don't want to shit myself, so.
Bus that we were supposed to be on, but it's right in front of this bus that we got on, and we're stopped for like, Scott's going to ask because he speaks French and I don't. At the next stop, we can get on the bus.
Yeah.
So we don't have to walk 5 kilometers. Cannot believe
That was such a win.
that just happened.
Win.
That was such a big.
Saved us 5 kilometers of walking.
Oh my god, I don't want to burn any more calories today. I'm done.
There, it's blue-white.
And what is that? Show the people. That is what I want.
It's 23.2%.
Swear to God, he just said 23, not 3.2. Oh my god, I was like, I'm getting smashed.
Scott has some potatoes boiling because my one craving was potatoes. I don't know why, but it was. I'm not functioning properly. We also prepared a salad that I'm just gonna throw the rest of the lettuce that we have to use up in. Ooh, this dressing has been my freaking go-to over the last like few days. Olive oil. I don't know what I just said. Okay. I don't know what angles look okay right now. Okay, balsamic vinegar, about the same amount that you added in olive oil. I paid €9 for it. So it's really, like, it's nice and sweet to balance out the sweetness. France mustard is spicy. I dig it. It's almost like taking a lick of wasabi. Woo! splash of salt, pepper. That's literally it. How do you feel with your race coming up tomorrow?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Also nervous.
Yeah? Feeling nervous?
I'm nervous.
He's not been sleeping well over the last...
The bed is a footboard and it's not a particularly long bed. And even Julia finds it's too short.
It's too short.
It's too short.
I'm 5'2". Oh, I also had a weird craving for artichokes. Tonight's spread consists of the salad with chickpeas, some herby potatoes, the olives that I picked up this morning, some tapenade type deal, half of an avocado that I need to eat, bread, and a beer. Oh, and my artichokes.
Bon appetit.
First things first for me. All right, my friends, this is coming to the end of today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer them. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love, light, and encouragement on whatever you are pursuing in your goals. So grateful to have you along on my journey, and I'll see you again so very soon. Sending you lots of kisses and hugs. Mwah!